I woke up to this LGBTQ bill something in Ghana, and I'm wondering, is Ghana now an LGBTQ country? Because this is giving so much reaction. A lot of people are talking about it. People are against it. Some of people are against it. Some people are for it, are supporting it and everything. And I be like, what's really going on here? Okay, and then while I was continually doing my research to see what's going on, what's really happening, what's all this about, I stumbled on this particular video I'm going to be sharing here. But first of all, let me throw more light on what this LGBTQ bill and stuff in Ghana is all about. Now, LGBTQ, for people that don't know, are a group or a kind of a movement that accepts same-sex marriage or same-sex relationship, meaning a man and a man can get married or a woman and a woman can get married, and they feel like it is okay. It is nothing that, as in, there is nothing wrong with it, right? And when you bring that kind of thing to reality, of course, everybody's going to get their opinion, or everybody's going to have their opinion. There are people in support of it and there are people against it. Now, the Ghana government has passed a bill last year, 2024 February, about the anti-LGBTQ stuff, right? Meaning they don't want LGBTQ in Ghana, and the bill comes with an imprisonment punishment for anybody that is found guilty. Meaning, if you are caught, like you are an LGBTQ person and you are caught, you'll be sentenced to prison for like I think 2 years or so. And it is not just Ghana. Nigeria also passed that bill, and if you are caught, you'll be in prison for 10 years or 14 years, I think. Uganda also passed that bill. Like majority of the African countries has already passed that bill, and the reaction now from Ghana is the fact that they recently did theirs, and it is going to officially be made known to the public what it's going to be like, if it is going to be an anti-LGBTQ country or an LGBTQ country by March of 2025, which is this year. Because recently, or some days back, the High Court in Ghana actually rejected the appeal that they made for the anti-LGBTQ bill and stuff like that. So I'm wondering what's really going on, or how is it going to end up? Is Ghana going to be one of those countries that are going to actually accept this? Because a lot of things are at stake, right? While the LGBTQ bill was passed last year, the US government reacted to this, and UN also reacted to this. Like, there is a threat right now on financing the Federal Republic of Ghana, right? There is a threat right now because if Ghana actually go ahead with this bill, they are not going to get financial aid from US or the UN, right? So the basic disadvantage is going to be that they are not going to get financial aid from world bodies, and maybe people that have, or like international companies that are based in Ghana, are going to maybe pull out their finances from the Ghana economy, and we all know what that means, right, to the Ghana economy. So another disadvantage to it is the fact that it's going to be contradictory to the African culture, right? Now, when it comes to the African society, there is a way we do things, there is a way we accept things, there is a way we are seen, we are perceived, and there is a way we want to be seen and perceived. There are ways we go about doing our thing. We don't want to be seen as regular, and we don't want to be seen as doing something that is not moral. Let me use the word. Now, this is something that is not accepted generally in the African continent. It is not accepted at all. But again, a lot of persons, especially the Ghanaians or some Ghanaians, actually voting against this, right? That is against what they believe, is against what they want, is against what they are, is against who they are, right? Because they are, of course, LGBTQ persons. And when I saw this video, I'm like, okay, let me share this, because this is something that actually makes a lot of sense to me. I felt like I should share this video, and I'm going to do that right now. When I share this video, just go ahead and watch it and see for yourself, and then I'll come back to summarize whatever it is that is in the video for you, and then take your own take on it. What's it going to be like? But first, let's take a look at the video.
just a few hours after that bill was passed, a spokesperson for the United States Department of State, that's Matthew Miller, has come to say that the United States is deeply troubled by the passage of the legislation. And he's saying that this will indeed affect a lot of persons who live in Ghana. What's your thought on his statement?
I'd expect Matthew Miller to respect the tenets of democracy, and the entire United States government needs to bear in mind that Ghana is a sovereign country. We are opposed to cultural imperialism. Just 2 weeks ago, the U.S. Department of State, when called upon to intervene in Israel, the Israeli campaign in Gaza Strip, said that it was not the position of the U.S. Department of State to intervene in the local matters of sovereign states. Ghana is not the 51st state of the United States. Ghana is a sovereign state on its own. The sovereign parliament of Ghana has passed a bill, and I think that Matthew Miller should be more interested in the loss of life of Americans' children in American schools to gun violence. Those where it matters and not where it doesn't matter. They are not invited in Ghana's local politics where our parliament has passed the law.
Seeing exactly how Uganda was treated in some measure after they had passed the bill, are there concerns that Ghana might face that same treatment?
Well, Ghana is a proud African nation, first country in the sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence and lead the light for the rest of Africa. I expect the leaders of our country, the president of our country, to stand shoulder high and tell the American people, you either do business with us on our terms or you can walk. American businesses that operate in Ghana are not in Ghana because of LGBTQ. They are in Ghana because they make a profit. If you're an American business working in Ghana and you turn $100 million in profit every year, if you think that because we are protecting our cultural values and saying no to LGBTQ, you want to lose $100 million in profit, pack up and go. Another company will come into Ghana and do business. Ghana is a fertile ground for business. Look, Africa must begin to assert our rights. We are not puppets and stooges of the West. Look at Uganda. Uganda's economy is not as big as Ghana's economy, but per the Economist Intelligence Unit, the EIU, the 2024 report, Uganda is going to have the 6th fastest growing economy in Africa in 2024. And it's just the sheer hypocrisy of America and the West. Qatar buys about $1 billion of military hardware every year from America. The punishment for homosexuality in Qatar is death. Nigeria passed a same-sex marriage bill as far back as 2015. In fact, your bill is more punitive than Ghana's bill. In Nigeria, the punishment in your law for same-sex marriage is 14 years imprisonment. The maximum in Ghana's law is just 3 years collapsed. We need to begin to stand. The American economy would not run and the Western economies will not run without African raw material. I think it's time we begin to look at adding value to our own raw material. Why should Ghanaian cocoa and Nigerian cocoa be traded on the New York Stock Exchange and not on the Ghanaian Stock Exchange and Nigerian Stock Exchange? If we begin to assert ourselves, these guys will know that they have to deal with us on equal terms. They're not doing us a favor. We're doing them a favor. The best doctors in the United States medical system are Ghanaians and Nigerians. The best economists on Wall Street are Ghanaians and Nigerians. They're not better than us. We sit in the same classroom with them and beat them every day. Academically, intellectually, we're better than them. But it's simply because we've not asserted our rights as Africans. Because we want to go for cheap hand-me-downs. And I keep repeating, the IMF and the World Bank are banks. Banks operate by giving loans and making profit of the interest of those loans. So they should not threaten us. I mean, a bank should not be threatening the customer and saying, I won't give you a loan if you don't do what I want. If I don't come to you for a loan, you don't turn a profit. And so our economies are what run those multinational banks. And until we begin to assert ourselves and begin to trade more amongst ourselves, Ghana should begin to buy more rice from Nigeria, and Nigeria should begin to buy more salt from Ghana. We don't need to be going to the West for this. That's our problem as Africa.
So you are seeing it for yourself. Like, for me, I feel like this is going to be a struggle. Though it's against the African culture, and in Africa is against our lifestyle, right? It's against what we believe, it's against what we stand for as Africans. but it's also going to be hard because it's a lot of weight on the Ghana economy. And remember that Ghana right now is actually trying to build their economy to a point where it can be successful, right? And if all of this financial body tries to pull out of this Ghana economy, then it might end up crashing, right? It might end up not. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in, but what is your take? Do you think that come March, this LGBTQ bill is going to be finally signed by the new president, or do you think he's not going to sign it, or do you think he's going to sign it in favor or against the favor of the African culture or the Ghana government or whatever? What do you really think about this? Are you in support of it? Are you not in support of it? Let us know and let us discuss in the comment section, because this is a serious issue and this is something that concerns every Ghanaian and every African person. So let's hear your thoughts about it in the comment sections. Please leave it respectfully. We are not here to condemn anybody, right? We are not here to condemn any set of persons, right? We just want a situation that is going to help the African society, and that is why we are here. So leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and do not forget I make content around living in Ghana, doing your business in Ghana and in Africa as a whole. So if you like content like that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, and I will see you in another one. Bye.